Hello, my friends. Good morning, everybody. This is Miss Kristen from the Waterford Township Public Library, and I am so glad that you are here with me today. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hello. I thought that since we talked about cold stuff last week, we talked about winter and we talked about snowmen, I thought that it would be fun to talk about something else that people like to do when it is cold outside, and that is turning on the oven and making some fun baked goods like maybe cookies. So we have some stories about cookies today, but before we start, I thought maybe we did a little bit of shake off our sillies or just get going in the morning, because some people just roll out of bed. So let's do a little head, shoulders, knees, and toes to get started. And you won't be able to see Miss Kristen's knees and toes because she's too tall. She's too tall for the video. So but I'll be doing it, I promise. Here we go. So head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. All right. Everybody go ahead. I'll give you a second to get settled in. Hopefully you're in a cozy spot, maybe with a blankie because it's pretty cold outside right now today. Here is our first book. It is called Who Took the Cookies from the Cookie Jar? And it is from Bonnie Lass and Philemon Sturgis. So here we go. First book. Who took the cookies from the cookie jar? Who took the cookies from the cookie jar? Who took the cookies from the cookie jar? The jar was full. Where did they go? Oh, now I know. Mouse took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Couldn't be. Please don't tease. I eat cheese. Then who took the cookies? The jar was full. Where did they go? Oh, now I know. Raven took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Couldn't be. Don't squirm, eat a worm. Then who took the cookies? The jar was full. Where did they go? Oh, now I know. Squirrel took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Couldn't be. I munch nuts for lunch. Then who took the cookies? The jar was full. Where did they go? Oh, now I know. Rabbit took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Couldn't be. Must hop, never stop. Then who took the cookies? The jar was full. Where did they go? Oh, now I know. Turtle took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Couldn't be. As you know, I'm much too slow. Then who took the cookies? The jar was full. Where did they go? Oh, now I know. This is quite a mystery. Raccoon took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Couldn't be. That's crazy. I'm too lazy. Then who took the cookies? The jar was full. Where did they go? Oh, now I know. Snake took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Couldn't be. I'm stuffed. Can't hardly speak. I ate an antelope last week. Then who took the cookies? The jar was full. Where did they go? Oh, now I know. Beaver took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Couldn't be. My favorite snack is sticks in a stack. Then who took the cookies? The jar was full. Where did they go? Now I know. Frog took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Couldn't be. Surprise, surprise! I like gnats and dragonflies. Then who took the cookies? The jar was full. Where did they go? Oh, now I know. Ants took the cookies from the cookie jar. You're right, it's true, but there's enough for all of you. Look, they're all gonna come running. They all said they didn't eat cookies, but when the cookies were found, look what's gonna happen. We left a trail to show the way, so eat your cookies, then let's play. Everybody got to eat some cookies. So it was a happy ending. Hooray! They found the cookies. Well, I thought it would be fun for us to sing the Who Ate the Cookies from the Cookie Jar song. And I have some friends that I made. I have pig. I have sheep. I have horse. I have cow. And I have chicken. So, why don't you sing along with me, and we will do the Who Took the Cookies from the Cookie Jar song. Let me get my friends all in order again. Here we go. Who took the cookies from the cookie jar? Pig took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Sheep took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Horse took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Cow took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Chicken took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? You took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Well, you're at home. The animals don't have them. Who do you think took those cookies? Who took the cookies from the cookie jar? Miss Kristen took the cookies from the cookie jar. The yummy, yummy cookies from the cookie jar. Are you hungry? Let's share. Miss Kristen would never eat all of the cookies on the plate, but it is very tempting. I do like chocolate chip cookies. They're delicious. I wish you were here so that you could share them with me. That would be so much fun. All right, here's our next book. It is called Gingerbread Baby by Jan Brett. It was cold outside. It was warm inside. A fine day for gingerbread, Maddie thought. Maddie's mother put the big blue bowl on the table and lit the stove. Maddie took down a worn-looking cookbook with old-fashioned writing on the cover. He opened it up to the page that said, Gingerbread Boy. I'm going to move it a little closer. These pictures are kind of small. They measured and mixed. Maddie rolled the dough into the shape of a gingerbread boy. And they popped him in the oven. Bake a full 8 minutes. No more, no less. Do not peek, the recipe read. Maddie listened to the clock. Tick, tock, tick. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3, 4, 5. Maddie couldn't wait any longer. He opened the oven door to take a peek. Instead of a gingerbread boy, out jumped a gingerbread baby. He pranced around the big blue bowl. I am the gingerbread baby, fresh from the pan. If you want me, catch me if you can. He's a sassy little guy. Maddie's mother reached for the gingerbread baby to put him back into the oven, but he ran all around the kitchen. The door opened, and in came Maddie's father. "What's that delicious smell?" he asked as the gingerbread baby tumbled through his legs and outside into the yard. There he goes. He ran by the tabby cat. She twitched her tail and sprang at him. They rumbled and tumbled, but the gingerbread baby came out on top. He ran toward the garden wall. The dog caught a whiff of tasty ginger and sniffed along behind him, but the gingerbread baby was halfway up when the dog caught up. He barked and barked as the gingerbread baby climbed over the wall. Maddie was still inside. He heard his mother and father yelling. He heard a cat meowing and a dog barking. And he heard the gingerbread baby shouting, "Catch me if you can!" Maddie opened up the worn-looking cookbook for a second time. Meanwhile, the gingerbread baby wheeled on down the path and into the barn. The goats looked up as he somersaulted across their backs. The last one tried to catch him, but the gingerbread baby was too fast. Martha and Madeline were standing by the well when the gingerbread baby stopped to take a drink. They looked at each other and winked. Martha started to talk to him, while Madeline tiptoed up behind him with the bucket. But they couldn't fool that gingerbread baby. He took a braid from Martha and a braid from Madeline and tied them into a knot and ran down the road. Back at the house, Maddie stirred, mixed, and rolled the dough. He shaped it, put it in a pan, and into the oven. Tick, tock, tick. 8 long minutes. This time he didn't peek. I will catch him if I can, Maddie said to himself. As he was bouncing along, the gingerbread baby saw a farm wagon just ahead. He jumped in and settled down for the ride next to a mama pig. The smell of gingerbread was too much for her. She tossed him high in the air, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. But the gingerbread baby twisted in the air and came down hard on her porky snout. Oh! I am the gingerbread baby, too quick for the mother and the father, too fast for the cat, the dog, and the goats, too clever for Martha and Madeline, too smart for the mama pig. Who's left? Catch me if you can! He's still on the run. Feeling smug, the gingerbread baby smiled along by himself until he came to a bridge that crossed over the village. Just as he got to the middle, he heard running feet behind him and saw a crowd of villagers ahead of him. The gingerbread baby was trapped. He jumped up onto the railing, backflipped through the air, and landed on a chunk of ice floating down the river. The ice bobbed along with the gingerbread baby dancing on top and singing in a loud voice, "Look at me, and what do you see? The best gingerbread baby ever," until his feet got cold and he jumped ashore. Who was that watching from the trees? It was the fox. He crept up behind the gingerbread baby, ready to eat him up. But the fox couldn't help himself, and he licked his chops. Smack, smack, the gingerbread baby heard him and ran as fast as he could. Just when the fox was catching up, the gingerbread baby saw the milk and cheese man with his can of milk. Perfect hiding place, he thought. He lifted the lid and lowered himself inside. He was so pleased that he sang at the top of his gingerbread voice, "Ha ha hee hee, you'll never find me. I'm the gingerbread baby, catch me if you can." The milk and cheese man heard the gingerbread baby's voice. "Who is meddling with my milk?" he shouted and lifted the lid. But the gingerbread baby was ready. He jumped up and tweaked his nose. Now the milk and cheese man, the fox, the villagers, the mama pig, Martha and Madeline, the bleating goats, the barking dog, the meowing cat, the father and the mother were all after the gingerbread baby and getting closer. And he knew it. The brash baby was not as peppy and proud as he had been. He sniffed a familiar smell and followed his nose into the woods. He couldn't believe what he saw. There in the middle of a clearing was a gingerbread house, frosted with sugar, covered with candy, and doors with peppermint handles wide open. The gingerbread baby clapped his hands with glee and ran inside. And a tick-tock tick, everyone arrived in the clearing, but all they found were a few bits of frosting, a peppermint candy, and some crumbs. The father exclaimed, "The gingerbread baby has finally met his match." "I wonder who it was," the mother said. "Let's go home and tell Maddie." "Hello, Maddie," his father said when they got home. "We never did catch that gingerbread baby. All we found were some crumbs in the snow." "I see you have been busy," his mother said, looking at the gingerbread house Maddie was holding. "Too bad we never caught that gingerbread baby." "Too bad," said Maddie. Only Maddie could hear the tiny voice from inside the gingerbread house. "I'm the little gingerbread baby, lucky as can be, to be living in the house that Maddie made for me." Aw, what a good ending to this story! Nobody was able to capture the gingerbread baby except for Maddie, who gave him his own special house. So I have another song about cookies, and this might be a familiar song to some people, but everyone needs to put up their hand in a C, because we're going to talk about C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. Oh, cookie, cookie, cookie starts with C. Let's do it one more time, and this time I'll hold the cookie. Here we go. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. Oh, cookie, cookie, cookie starts with C. I have one more book for us to do. It is called May I Please Have a Cookie? And this is by Jennifer E. Morse. Mommy was baking cookies. Oh, I missed something. Mommy was baking cookies. Alfie loved cookies. He loved to smell cookies. He loved to look at cookies. But most of all, Alfie loved to eat cookies. He didn't just like to. He loved to. He loved to eat cookies. "Don't grab, Alfie," said Mommy. "Can you think of a better way to get a cookie?" Alfie thought and thought and thought and thought. And Alfie got an idea. He found a big coat and a big hat. "I want a cookie," said Alfie in a big, deep voice. He's all dressed up. Look, he's got a mustache, and his little briefcase says, "Cookie Inspector." Oops! Uh-oh. His disguise fell on the ground. His mustache is gone. Mommy knows who he is now. "No, Alfie," said Mommy. "Think of a better way to get a cookie." Alfie had another idea. He went outside. Mommy put icing on the cookies. Then she saw something. Oh no, what's this coming down in the window? It looks like a hook, and the cookie's on it. "Get down, Alfie!" cried Mommy. "Think of a better way to get a cookie." Alfie thought of another idea. He went to his room and got some paper. He cut and he colored. Soon Alfie had his own cookies. Very clever. But he still wanted a real cookie. He began to cry. Mommy hugged Alfie. Your cookies look yummy. May I please have one? Then Alfie had the best idea of all. Mommy, may I please have a cookie? He said. Yes, you may, Alfie, said Mommy. Thank you, said Alfie. You're welcome, said Mommy. And that is the end. And those are all of our books today. And just as a reminder, we have all of these books plus so many other books in the library that are lonely, all of these lonely books, just waiting to be checked out. So please give us a call or email us, and we would love to bring some books out to you for you to take home and you can read. We also have our winter craft. This is our snowman. So this is what it looks like when you get it. It looks like this. I had to already put the earmuffs on because I had to use a stapler. But all of the face stuff is on the back of the plate. So it's all ready to go for you to either use tape or glue and put all the things for the face on for the snowman. So we still have the snowman craft. We'll have that for the whole month of January. So thank you for coming to Storytime, and I will see you next week. It will be a very special story time. I'm very excited. Next week we're gonna do books that are Miss Kristen's favorite books. I'm super excited to show you some of my most favorite books. Also, I'm looking for next month, February, the last week of the month. I would like to read books that other people have as their favorites. So if you have a favorite book that you want me to read for story time, it will be the last week of February. That will be people send in some suggestions so that I will know what kind of books are your favorite books. So thank you again for coming to Storytime, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Didn't know what to do.
That's okay.